Yeah. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Wow. Close your mouth, you can't save it without a doubt. Yeah. You won't claim it, you is a slouch. Live in your mom's basement. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Yeah. Stop complaining, stop back chasing. Can't wait for it, you gotta take it. If you don't, you won't make it.
What it do? It's your boy Lifeline. Lifeline presents, bringing to you GOAT Metrics, episode 27. We got 7 side in the building. What's good, son?
What's good? What's good?
That's what's up. We got Benny Blanco in the building. What's happening?
Everything is gravy like chicken when it's smothered. You already know. Feeling good. Feeling good.
Until the Knicks play.
Hey, the finals done shook up. Indiana looking mean. So right now, the first question, I'm going to go to Seb. Indiana 2-1 on OKC. How did we get here?
I don't know. And I'm going to tell you something, Lifeline. I'm a pretty intelligent person. All right?
Okay.
Got degrees, went to a couple of colleges. You know what I'm saying? I did some things. But yet I've been wrong this entire series. Not only the finals, the conference finals, I was wrong. I just don't know. I don't know if Indiana got a problem with me and they just trying to prove me wrong, but I just don't know how we got here. I could say all of the obvious. We let Siakam and Halliburton, and then we let somebody come off the bench and drop 27? Yeah. I don't know where the defense was. Like we said before, Ben said you got to stop Siakam. I said you got to stop Halliburton, and they failed to do both. Now it's a 2-1 series, and it's not looking good.
All right, B, 2-1. How we get here?
Listen, believe it or not, and Sev just touched on it. Watching the Knicks series, you tend to realize that maybe we got beat by the best team in the NBA. And I just finished watching the game, and the face on the Pacers players is way different than the faces on Oklahoma. And they're feeling confident and feeling themselves, and this could get scary.
Yeah.
We wasn't on together when I was driving up north, right? And I gave my little soliloquy while I was driving or whatever, and I said that is the Pacers sin, SIN, and that stands for strength in numbers. And right now, they keep showing us when the numbers is right, the W come right behind it. And right now, they just showed you strength in numbers. I mean, McConnell.
Yes.
He had 10, 5, and 5. They said this is the first time in NBA Finals history that somebody came off the bench with 5 assists and 5 steals. And 10 like these guys, and the thing about it is, and I told y'all this before the series started, before the playoffs started, that Indiana was scary because I heard Turner give an interview and he said, "This is the first season I enjoyed playing basketball. Like, it's the happiest time." So these guys is in a different space because they don't care who wins. And Seth said the last episode, in a few episodes, we don't know who the man is. And sometimes it bothers you because sometimes you need somebody to be the man.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Sometimes you need but now
listen.
Go ahead, B.
And the fact, just to jump on that, and just the fact that looking at it, the Pacers are 9 deep consistently. They wear you out. I'm noticing them they just wear teams out.
Facts.
And
that's a fact.
And these guys, are making, they're making plays down the stretch. But they got McConnell. They got the Haitian cat that I was talking about. They got Obi. These are consistent contributors every single game.
Yeah. And they're not just contributors as far as points, like McConnell with 5 assists, 5 steals. That's defense. You know, he's a small guy, but he played big. You know,
Oh yeah.
That's a
and then
fact.
OB big enough to check a few different size players. You know,
That's a fact.
Listen, Obi had a great game, man. He's actually having a great series. He's like the dude just flying under the radar. You're not really paying too much attention to him, and he's just making the right plays, crashing the boards, shooting
That's
threes,
right.
like playing free.
yeah. But and it's funny because Obi Toppin was the player of the year in college basketball,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's becoming one of the best role players in this postseason.
That's right.
Because he come and get you. Sometimes he give you big points. Sometimes it might be big shots. But he doing hell of a defense and he grabbing big boards.
But that alone lends credence to when we talk about the Knicks. And I know we're talking about Indiana or whatever, but you look at all of the role players that were in the finals, the conference finals that came from those New York teams, and they've become great role players, and you just didn't see that in New York. So that kind of lends credence to why we weren't able to play more guys. We're talking about Obi, we're talking about Hartenstein, we were talking about the Vincio, like all of these guys came from New York.
Yep.
And it lends credence to the fact that our coaching didn't allow these guys to be the players that they were. I give a shout out to Obi because, I knew he and what he's doing in New York. So shout outs to him.
Yeah, but
And listen, Obi's exit was beef with Tibbs.
Yeah.
And Tibbs, they granted it. You want out? Go ahead. We give you out.
Facts.
But if Obi would have stayed, man, he could have. Well, I mean, he was always going to have bump heads with Tibbs.
Right.
So I guess he had to go. But
yeah,
Obi, those last few when he was playing before he got traded, he was playing well for us.
yeah, but the thing about it is we got Cat and we lost DiVincenzo.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes and DiVincenzo was big for us in last postseason. But how are we back on this? Are we the Knicks
Yeah, I know. We always get back to and that was. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
All right, check it out. I got another question. Cause we can get to that. I'm on the finals right now. So, second question is, who was the difference in Game 3? Benny, you go first. Who was the difference to you? It could be either side of the ball. It could be OKC player or it could be Indiana player. Just who was the difference to you that swung it Indiana way?
I got 3 players.
Number
1, obviously, Mathurin. He came off the bench and he straight up was like, "Yo, y'all can't guard me. I'm scoring." And he was just scoring on these cats. He was physical, and just he had no problem scoring. Indiana just got another scorer. Again, Obi Toppin played a hell of a game. He was crashing the boards. He was making his presence felt. And McConnell, those 3 guys off the bench, just like crazy. They dominated.
Yeah.
What about you, Seth? Who was the difference maker of this game? Either side, either player, don't matter.
I'm going to go, obviously, and how do you his name exactly? Because I don't want to mess his name up.
I think it's Mathurin.
Mathurin. Okay. Clearly, coming off the bench, giving you 27, 4, and 1, that's huge. But I'm always going to go with Halliburton. He almost had a triple-double. I think he was 1 rebound away from a triple-double. And like I said, when the ball is in his hand and he's playing well and he's able to distribute, he's one of those point guards. When he's good, he's great. And we talked about his consistency, but to me, if he's scoring the double, if he's in double digits with, assists and points, that lets you know right there that he's controlling the tempo of the game. He's feeding Siakam. He's feeding these guys. So he's always going to be the big difference maker for me when it comes to Indiana.
Okay. Yeah. I feel the same. And when Ben talked about the bench, but I'm going to talk about Mathurin because I might still be hatching his name. I think I'm closer than what y'all are. You know what I mean? But we seen him already. He gave us a few punches in the Knicks series.
That's right.
Came off the bench and had 20. I don't know how many times he had 20 this postseason, but he could get you 20. And he's one of the players that from Indiana because he was their third leading scorer in the regular season.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He was their third leading scorer in the regular season. It was Siakam, Halliburton, and Mathurin. So he knew what he could do. But when the season was ending and Neesmith was coming back, they kind of went to Neesmith more because he's more of a veteran.
Gotcha.
But Mathurin, to me, his stocks is rising. His stocks is rising because he's the actual scorer. He's
right. Right.
He put the ball in the hole in so many different ways. Off the dribble, off the pick, the 3-pointers, the step back. He got game. And I believe that, and it's sad because I wanted Turner to be the guy. And I realized this. OKC has 3 players that if they on, like their 3 players had good games. 3 players is over 20 points.
That's right.
Williams and then Shea.
That's right.
The rest of their guys didn't produce. Not well. And then this time, the Indiana had 3 players that stepped up. And right now, I want Turner to step up, but Mathurin stepped up. So you got Halliburton with a good game, Siakam with a decent game, and Mathurin with a great game. And then you had the other guys contribute as well.
Yep.
But Ben said they're so deep that, I don't know, maybe Seth said it, they could wear you out.
That was big.
They could wear you out. And it's big when you have bodies that could go in there and play against the main guys, and then you bring your main guys in there where the main guys is kind of tired.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, Lifeline.
Go ahead.
Anytime your third option has 20 and 10, you know what I'm saying? And he's the third best, you shouldn't lose a game like that. But that goes to show you how deep Indiana really is. And I know that OKC is just as deep. Life, you said that you felt like Indiana was a lot deeper. And it's showing improving. But I just feel like OKC, their bench, their role players haven't really given us a game yet. We haven't seen a good game. Hartenstein, we haven't seen those role players give us, collectively 30 and 15 or something like that. Like we just haven't seen it yet. Because like you said, you look at it, I think the top 3 players for OKC had almost 80 points. Almost, I think they had 70 points. The 3 players. So I'm waiting to see something from that OKC bench, or just the other few role players, see what they're willing to do to pull this out.
Okay. Well, the only game that OKC won, they won with Higgins having a good shooting game. If not, they would have lost that game too.
Did. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Crazy.
And right now, it seems like whoever bench play the best, that's the team that's pulling the victory out.
Yep.
Indiana
Yeah.
played well in the first game, they won. OKC bench played well in the second game, they won. And now Indiana bench played well again. I mean, you got 27, and Mathurin might have scored more than OKC whole bench by himself.
Yeah. It's sad, but yeah.
Yeah, but I want to. Now we're going to get to this. Before we go to the other questions, right now with the momentum in Indiana way, bottom up 2-1. Who you feel pull out game 4? I'm going to you first, Seb. Who do you feel pull out game 4? Because right now, Ben said it earlier off the air, OKC going to have to dig deep.
Yeah.
So now, who do you feel, Seb, is going to come out with the victory in game 4?
I really think OKC is going to come out and pull it off. And I may be mistaken, but weren't they down against Denver at one point?
It's possible. I believe so.
Yeah. So I think that they're going to pull it out. Clearly, I'm not screaming 5 games anymore, unless my math ain't mathing right. But I think that they're going to dig down deep and they're going to pull it out. But it's going to be tough because you're going to have to beat them at home. But it gives you an opportunity to come back, to your house and see what you can do. But that loss at home, it hurt them. It hurt them bad, man. So I think they'll pull it out, though. I think that Shea might view Michael Jordan type performance, or maybe a James Harden type of performance. We don't want to put him up there with Mike. You know what I'm saying? But I think he might get you a good game.
Okay.
And pull it out.
All right, B. So I'm gonna ask you the same question. You said OKC gonna have to dig deep. Who do you think pulls out game 4?
Listen, I think the Pacers. I think the Pacers, and they're in their building. Reggie Miller's sitting there wearing his old jersey with the crowd. That's gangster though. I'm gonna put my jersey on.
Yeah.
It's like he's about to jump in the game. No, listen, I think those dudes could smell it, yo. I'm telling you. I see the way, like, they don't care. At this point, they made it this far, and all they've done is just kill everybody. And then if Mathurin is gonna come off the bench and manhandle these guys, oh man, listen, OKC's in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, and Indy is playing with house money, man. They playing with house money. They don't have anything to lose. Nobody talked about them all season. Nobody cared about Indiana. So they playing with house money. If they lose, they weren't supposed to be there anyway. You know what I'm saying? And if they win, it is what it is. I think if they gonna win, if they get to a game 6 and they killing them, they might as well go ahead and let Reggie suit up and just come in the game. Just 3 seconds. Reggie just come in the game. Let him get a title real quick. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Let
crazy.
him get in the game, man. Give him a 1-day contract.
It's crazy, but it's a movement going on over there. It's a movement. So if they win, this is the first time ever in franchise history.
I know.
So they're thinking that way, like, we trying to make this happen. And Reggie's there hyping them up like, yo, you got to make this happen.
Listen, I'm telling you, give Reggie a 1-day contract. I'm going on a 1-day contract for Reggie Miller movement, man. Give him 1 day. That's all we need, a 1-day contract for Reggie Miller.
That would be crazy.
Suit him up, coach.
That would be crazy.
Let me say something about Reggie outfit first. All right. Yo, hey, Reggie, my man. When you that skinny, bro, I like, get the jersey your size, or just put it over your shoulder and just hold it up.
Hey,
He was looking crazy.
That's what's up.
Then he had his jersey tucked so you could see his belly.
Oh man.
I was like, yo, I know you old, bro, but just put the suit back on, man. Put the suit back on. But I'm gonna take Indiana too, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. And this might be a hot take what I'm about to say right now. If Indiana win this championship, this will be the greatest championship run I've seen, second to the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, I'm glad you said second because that is definitely the greatest.
Hold on, and I will say this. I think this one will be the greatest.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna tell you why. You're gonna beat both teams on the East and the West with the best record, for one. Cleveland, and you beat OKC. Okay, that's nothing, but it's a lot. When you beat two teams with 60 records, that's a lot. But then you beat Giannis. You know? You beat Giannis. Okay, that don't mean nothing. But okay, you beat Giannis. You had the better record. Okay, you beat Giannis. Okay. But then you beat the number 1 team in the East. Okay. You beat the number 3 team in the East. So you was underdog. 3 underdog positions to win a championship. And beat the MVP.
Well, Dallas did the same thing.
I don't know if they beat. I don't know if they
Dallas,
was the underdog. I don't know if Dallas was the underdog in every series they played.
They beat Kobe.
Yeah, I get it. But the only thing I'm saying is this: I don't know if they was the underdog in every series, except for one.
I would say at least 2, because who had the best record in the East? It was Chicago, the best record that season. And in the West, I want to say they beat San Antonio and the Lakers, and then went on to beat LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. I think that might have been, for me, that's the greatest playoff run ever.
Now, I'll give you that when you look at the competition for the championship, but I just think right now.
Let me say this. Who was his second best player? I think that's what made it so great.
Who?
For Dallas.
I think it was Jason Terry. But they had a collective. But the thing about it is, bro, is this. At least we knew what Dirk was doing.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Right now,
that's a fact.
If we're gonna win, we might not know who's gonna be the finals MVP.
It's gonna be hard. Because not being funny, if he have a good game like that and they win, he could definitely be up for finals MVP.
But that's what I'm saying. Dirk was so great. Great. We knew he was better than other players, or he was right
that's
there. Indiana team, which one of these guys you putting up with these other guys?
Now you absolutely on that one, because it's gonna be one of them situations where they got very carefully pick the finals MVP. And I think that one, because they gave Siakam the conference finals. Yeah. If it's close, I think they're gonna have to give it to Halliburton.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So I was just looking at it the other night, and I was like, you know what, like. They beat my team, which they was weak, and you went through other teams. They had home court advantage. Cleveland had home court advantage. New York had home court advantage. Now OKC have home court advantage. If these teams keep winning, I got to go through that Dallas series. I'm not going to do it right now. I got to go through that Dallas series and look at each thing. But I think Dirk was the best player in every series, damn near. Like. I got to look when they played San Antonio. Was Dirk the best player of that series? Because I could eat, you had one player that had a hell of a run. I don't know what they're doing. Who's having the run? Who's having the run? Ain't no one guy over there having a run.
It's like that Detroit team that took out the Lakers.
I was thinking that. With Phillips and all of them.
Yeah.
I was thinking that one. I was thinking that.
I think that would be the best team to compare them to.
Yeah, but I
Is it
still think
like
Detroit was the better team, though. See, the only reason I'm saying is that these guys is the fourth seed. See, them other guys, they had
right,
1, 2, or whatever, 1, 2. They had high seeds.
right?
Okay.
This guy, they're the fourth seed.
That's right.
You know, but
You're
let's
right.
go for that. But we'll see how, because it ain't over yet. But we'll see how it go. But I just think what Benny said about how Indiana look like they feel like they could beat anybody.
Yeah.
They going out there
Because they already beat everybody. This is the last this is the last team standing, and they already beaten their ass. So they're super confident,
it's a
and
fact.
they should be. They should be confident because shit, their play has proven. So if I'm on that team, I'll be feeling myself my damn self. Shit.
Right, whether you played or not. I don't care if you
Exactly.
was at the end of the bench.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
Let's go, guys.
All right. Well, let's go into this. So we already put our predictions in. I said Indiana. Ben said Indiana. Sev said OKC. We will see tomorrow when it happens. Okay. The next question is, this is the Knicks fire. I know we back to the Knicks, but this is important because right now we fired a coach without having a coach. And right now, every coach don't want to go to the altar with us.
That's a fact.
Now, what are we doing? Like, why did we let Thibodeau go and didn't have no backup plan?
That's the old Knicks. We reverting back to what we used to be, man.
It seems
That's the
like
only
that.
thing I can say.
It seems like, oh, you know what? We need another episode of the
I mean, maybe
soap
they got a
opera
plan
Knicks.
that we
needed
don't know
a soap
about.
opera.
You know?
So here we go. You
Maybe
know,
that's
like,
what it is.
okay, fine. We lost to Indiana. The way it's all turning out, so did the whole NBA. And you prematurely fire the coach. Now what? What do we do now?
They didn't even have a good assistant coach. Like, you couldn't even put somebody in as the interim coach. Like, you just have nothing.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed in that. And then I'm kind of sad that the coaches don't want to play for New York. But then I almost get it because, like, it's a lot of pressure to come there. And the last guy that got fired won 250-point games. 250. He had 250 winning seasons back to back.
Yeah.
And he went to he went to the semi-conference finals.
The semifinal. Yeah.
Right.
Went to the conference finals. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, what only thing left is making it to the finals. Like
That's the fact.
you was 2 games away from the finals, and you got Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So no point intended.
But you know the
Knicks. I mean,
I look at, you know, when what was it, Golden State? I don't think they made the conference finals, maybe the semis when they fired Mark Jackson. You know, sometimes, like, even Michael Jordan said it about they coaches, like, you don't fire the coach that to the Eastern Conference Finals, but then you do. And you know what I'm saying? And then you win the title. So maybe he just can't get us over that hump. You know, some coaches can just get you close enough, but can't get you there. So maybe, you know, we need somebody else to get us over the hump.
Yeah, and I'm here.
I agree. I agree with that. But I would think if that's the case, you would have somebody in mind, at least.
Right.
We out here searching for but why are we like asking, trying to hustle people at their day? They got jobs already. Like, why are we asking them for, yo? What's the problem here?
That's that New York shit.
That's that aggressive shit, right? Yo, my man. I need you over here, son.
I said, everybody got a price. You know what I mean?
Facts.
What's your price? You know what I mean?
That's super gangster shit, man.
Yeah, but it don't work for
Yo,
everybody.
New York is reckless.
And then
Crazy.
they just kept their coach because all this Diddy shit that's going
Mm.
on. Too soon? Too soon?
Oh man.
Definitely too soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just not a good look for powerful people.
That's a fact.
Right.
You know,
Right. But
some people don't want the oil. You know what I mean?
Yo, we we ain't never getting a contract with Diddy. Well, I don't know if we want one. Yo, speaking of which, I don't even know if I should say this on air. Yo, did you see 50 Cent put that Family Matters intro out with Puff and all of them?
Nah.
Oh, I gotta send you that, bro. This dude is out of pocket, man.
Well,
He did the
the funny
Family
thing about
Matters
it,
joint. Huh?
I've been biting my tongue for months to not
I
say nothing because it's ridiculous. I don't keep up with nothing. I don't want to
get
know nothing. I don't want to get weirded out. I don't even want to, it was like when you were a kid and you be like, if I close my eyes, then I can act like I didn't see it or something.
facts.
That's how I feel
Facts.
right now. I just feel like if I close my eyes, like you playing hide and go seek and you like that. Like
Right.
you
Yeah.
hope they walk by you. And that's how I feel with all this, man. I wish everybody well. I can't wait till it's over and whatever. And it's funny because different people making up stuff on the strength of this, like, and it's funny because we talk about celebrities, we talk about sports figures and things like that. I just don't want to be a clout chaser for algorithms, stuff like that. I just want us to talk about what's going on and things like that. That's why this coaching thing is funny to me. And it's funny because I watch Cam, and I promise you, Cam, he said what I would have said. Like he said what I would have said. Cam got on him. Because when I heard that all the coaches, I was like, oh, I got something to say. And sometimes I shouldn't have watched him because he said, because Cam was like, now you want to call about like, yo, I made a mistake. Or, you know what I mean? Like when you break up with your girlfriend, I was having a moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's funny because, because what else you going to do?
Nah, that's a fact.
But really, somebody, because if the guys you was looking to,
it is what it is.
Yeah, because now we might get worse. But we don't have much more than this. I got a not for nothing right now. A not for nothing segment. It's not sports related or nothing. And I'm gonna turn the show to y'all. Y'all can talk with y'all, bring up a question, whatever. But this is a not for nothing that I meant to speak on. I tried Ethiopian food when I went to Maryland. Like my dude is Ethiopian. She took us to a Ethiopian restaurant. I'm talking about they got this big platter. I'm not eating meat right now, so they got a big platter. They had the different beans there seasoned up or whatever. They had this bread, this thing that you roll out. So it's almost like having a washcloth in your hand, but you roll it out and you rip it off and you grab the food. She taught me that when you grab it, you squeeze the food, then you twist it. Then you scoop up some more. It's almost like having a roll or something. And you eat it.
Right.
Then I ordered some fish. I ordered some snapper. And I had a salad too. And I ate everything. Like they was bringing us forks when we had the fish. And I was like, nah, I'm going to do what they do. I ate everything that I ate, from my salad to my fish to my vegetables. I ate everything with my hands. And I realized I had such a great time. And when I was thinking about it, I realized it was an intimate time with the food. It was an intimate time. Like I didn't realize eating could be so much pleasurable. So that's just my not for nothing. If you haven't had Ethiopian food, man, tap into that culture. I'm looking for one in North Carolina right now as we speak, because I want to go to one because the
I just want right on University.
Oh yeah. So you've been before?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, so you've been before?
I'm not a big fan. But like it's decent. But yeah, it's on University. We can go for lunch one day.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. That sounds awesome. I like that.
Yeah,
That's what's
I've
up.
had it as well. I was telling you, I've had it as well. The bread, they usually break their own bread, so it's
Yeah.
usually fresh. So it's
Mhm.
good. It's good. Like I'm all into all cultures. I was supposed to be a chef. You know what I'm saying? That's what I went to school for. But
Oh, really?
I dabble in the culinary arts.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. But I found out that I like doing that stuff leisurely. I couldn't do it for money.
Yeah,
So I just ended up in the hotel part of it.
the stuff I cooked up in the hood, it wasn't to fill stomachs. I mean, actually, people that ate my stuff wasn't eating. They wasn't eating. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, I'm like the chef up north. You know what I'm saying? I'm Ray Kwan. Nah, I'm just joking. That's not me. I'm not that.
Dude, man.
I'm not that guy. So what's on your mind though? We gonna do a short episode. What's on your mind?
I got two things for you.
Okay.
One is basketball related, the other is not so much. I'll start with the not so much basketball related because this really bothered me today. So I went to the grocery store, right? And mind you, I'm already upset because I have to go to self checkout. For me, that's not a privilege. You know what I'm saying? That's a punishment. Like I'm doing your job for free because you get paid to do this. So I put my money in there, and it short me 2 pennies on my change. So I called the attendant over. I said, "Hey, the machine shorted me my change." She said, "Well, how much?" I said, 2 pennies. And she looked at me. She was like, "It's only 2 pennies." I said, "No, it's my 2 pennies, bitch. I want my 2 pennies." So she got mad at me because I want my 2 pennies. So
Mm.
I ain't gonna say the name of the grocery store. So she goes to get the manager because she can't open the machine. So the manager's like, "What's the problem?" I said, "Oh, the machine shorted me my change." So the manager looks at me and say, "Oh, how much?" And the girl kind of nudges the manager, 2 pennies. And she was like, 2 pennies? Like you called me over here for 2 pennies? So I said, not a problem. You know what I'm saying? I waited. I got my 2 pennies. And I purposely came back around and went to the register and bought something and then told the girl I was 3 pennies short. And she would not let me go. This is a totally different girl. I was like, "Sweetie, I'm like 3 pennies short. Oh, my register be short. You gotta have the money." I said, "See, this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. Because y'all was gonna keep my little 2 pennies.
Yeah.
And y'all looked at me like I was petty. But then when I came back around the line and I was like, I'm short, oh, they was like, oh, nah, you can't do that. They started grabbing stuff, putting it back over close to them.
Hey,
I was like, I just wanted to see.
hey, before you finish your second story, I want to say something because I feel you. I feel you. The day I was signing for my house in 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
Paperwork was messed up. They had an extra letter on my name.
Mm.
So this was like during COVID time. So
Right.
the stores wasn't giving change back. So I
That's
went to the
right.
store, and I purchased, and it was like, well, sir, we're not giving change back. I was like, well, that's my change. Well, we don't have, if you have exact change or we just keep it. I was like, no, you be short. How
Right.
you be
Facts.
short? Like, why I
Facts.
gotta be short?
Facts. Yeah. That's
We
real.
argued for a while. And I went to the car and I got the change. I said, y'all fucking robbing people.
Nah, that's a fact.
You want people to be short, but you don't want to be short.
Yeah. And I did the math. I said 2 pennies. If you do that to 100 people a day, that's $2. Now we talking $2 a day for 10 days. That's $20. 30 days. That's $60 a month. Like y'all killing people out here, man. That add up. Won't get me again.
What's the other story?
All right, so I did a little research because I didn't know. Today, June 12th. So today in basketball history, in NBA history, June 12th is a real important day for me. This is the day that the Chicago Bulls signed Michael Jordan. Basketball history. I didn't know that. So this is like a special
June
day. You know, it's
12th,
great player. June 12th, 1984 is the day Michael Jordan signed with
84.
the Chicago Bulls. Yes, sir.
84, June 12th. All right.
Yep. And then also June 12th in 1989, Michael Jordan set the record back then. 64 points in the playoff series against Orlando Magic.
Orlando.
Yeah, no, he set the 64 points in that arena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
not
in
the
Orlando.
Playoffs. Not the playoffs.
It was the playoffs, but it was just in that. Oh,
Okay, now
my
I don't
stuff
know if
just
that's
flipped.
correct. You sure that's right? Can't be.
What you mean?
I thought 63 was the playoff high.
64 points against the Orlando Magic, then record breaking performance, June 12th, 1989.
89.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
The Boston stuff happened before.
Yeah, yeah.
It might have been his rookie or second year, if anything. It might have been his rookie year.
Yeah,
That's the
in
second year.
Boston.
He scored 63. Yeah, Sev. Well, I'm gonna leave you alone. Because right now I'm looking right here. Nah, because I want us to correct each other. And it's not to make each other
No, if
look
I'm
bad.
wrong,
Y'all be getting
wrong.
me. Because I miss the wrong. I say the wrong stuff all the time. I don't want y'all to let me get through the show without correcting me. I'm cool with the correction. Because they say the most points in a single game in playoff history is 63 Jordan. Then it's 61.
That's what I thought too.
61.
And I'm looking at, I'm on this NBA website and it says 64 points against the Orlando Magic. I thought it was a typo too.
It must be, and it's June 12th. Ain't another date?
June 12th, 1989.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking right here because I always thought 63 was the most points, and then it was Elgin Bell
in the playoff game, right?
Yeah, in the playoff game, most points playoff game. Yeah, but Jordan signed in June 12th. I thought you about to say one of my ex's birthday.
Which one?
I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. What they say, I was right, mister. Hey, Ben.
Ain't nobody doing nothing.
Yeah.
I just had that playing, man.
Yeah, you got something, B? You got something, B?
Nah, man, just here chilling. Like waiting for a damn coach and waiting for free agency to start and see what the hell's gonna happen.
Yeah. And I thought you was gonna say something about Mark Jackson because right now it's opening up for Mark Jackson.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Because you know the rumors, you know, I don't know what to believe with the rumors, but yeah, you're right. I recently saw something, but I was just like, nah, it must be old. If that's the case, why not? Why not?
You think we could do Mark Jackson?
I think he's the best candidate, man.
See,
yeah, I mean, no, I'm still looking at J Kidd, you know what I'm saying? But
what
I
if
think
what if Mark Jackson takes it and brings Jeff Van Gundy with him?
I mean, you already know how I feel about Van Gundy, so but I doubt if that would happen. But
they're friends.
Oh yeah, they've been friends for a long time. I just don't like. I think it depends on what players we get because I know the whole KD carousel is starting now.
That's another one.
So it just depends on what New York can pull off. Because Miami is gonna come at KD. I felt like KD wanted to be on the Knicks. But for whatever reason, he changed his mind. So maybe, now I just feel like if we get KD now, this would be the season that he chooses to not be anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what we do. Nah. So we gonna see. And yeah. I just for the record, I did more looking into this, and I don't know why. And you're right. The 64 points, because I had to look it up. came against Orlando, but it wasn't a playoff game. It was Shaq's rookie year, but it definitely wasn't a playoff game. I don't know why they had it posted like that. But yeah, he scored 64 points against Shaq. But shit, Shaq had 29 points and 24 rebounds. That's a hell of a game for a rookie.
Yeah.
Right.
That's definitely, but I want us to do that. If I mess up with a word or pronunciation, whatever, like let's get to it. But so we won't even have to have the people correct it later on. We can correct it ourselves.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a big fact. I'm gonna do better with my research next time. But the June 12th thing, him signing, is true. I double checked that.
All right, that's what's up. Check it out. I'm gonna send a shout out to Love and Pain. Let me read this right. Love and Pain Clothing Company. This is one of my young boys. This is a little clothing company right here. I got to get on it because I don't know how to look it up. But he got hoodies and everything. I don't know if you can see it right here.
See it?
But it's kind of low, what the young boys say, a little drip or whatever. It got a little or whatever. So, I purchased this. So I told him I was gonna wear it and send him a shout out. But I'm gonna find out his handle so you can look it up or whatever. But right now,
I like the hat.
Game left. This is definitely weekend. So and the game is Friday. I want to win the next game. I want this series to be over with. I hope Indiana win it so I get back to my life. That's because right now, these 8:00 games, man.
It's horrible,
right?
It's horrible.
He keeps trying to do all this other stuff about all these things. Man, he need to make these games, earlier, man. I remember playoff games used to be like 1:00, and even the All-Star games used to be like 3:00, and they be having it all out like, come on, man, what are we doing, man?
It's crazy, man. Like I said, last night I watched the first quarter, and I really, really wanted to watch it. And I just turned that shit off and went to sleep.
I can't. And I get up.
I had it on.
I don't get up as early as you be, but I get up 4:30 in the morning. But I still watch the game because I can't. Like, I know people that watch the game the next day, like they say nobody tell me nothing and they watch it.
Right.
I just can't do that, man.
See, me, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, but I'm not getting up. Like, I'm already up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm laying down when most people going to work.
Yeah,
that's what I heard about Frank White. Heard Frank White said that back in the day. But this is another episode of Go Metric. This is game 4 goes on tomorrow. So it'll be actually on today or however you want to look at it. We the night record, so we record at night and play it in the morning.
Right.
So I'm gonna do all the editing and everything and have it pressed up tomorrow. If I could do it today, that'd be great as well. But right now, Benny Blanco got Indiana. I got Indiana. Sev got OKC. Let me ask you a question, and then we could get up out of here. Why do you think OKC?
Well, one, I look at OKC's defense and their offensive prowess. Like, I know that they can play better than what they plan. And I don't think that those role players have shown us what they really capable of. And I think that Indiana, they role players have. When you get to the finals, like the conference finals, it becomes more about your role players. You look at Michael Jordan when he letting Steve Kerr hit 3-pointers and, Kukoc having good games. Like, I feel like the role players haven't shown up yet. So I'm waiting to see. Now, if the role players don't show up for game 4 and they lose, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a skunk. You know what I'm saying? I really think that they can come back from this.
Let me ask you one question. What role players, and that's the difference. I'm about to say this. We know Indiana role players. Who's OKC's that we looking for?
I'm looking for Hartenstein to have a good game. Caruso.
Is Hartenstein Is Harden starting?
No, they put him on the bench.
Yeah, he is starting. I think he is starting.
Nah, they put him on the bench. He been
Oh,
coming on the bench for this series. He started the other series. This finals,
right?
he's coming off the bench. For what reason? I don't know.
I think that's a major mistake.
And that's what I'm waiting for to see, like him have a good game. And I think what's happening is they focusing so much on the defense that they forgetting to score the ball. Like you know, basketball is two-sided. Like Lifeline and I always argue about what's most important, you know, but it's two sides of the game. Like you playing defense great, but then you still have to score. Like those guys from three, I think they were like 20-something%, man. Like you got to do better. Like you got to do better. So
yeah, I think the
I
difference.
believe they can.
The difference with this whole series of, like y'all said, is the role players. But then when you go to offense and defense, OKC is recognized as a better defensive team. But Indiana actually got good defenders. But Indiana has a better system as far as scoring.
Exactly.
Right?
You're absolutely right.
Rick Carlisle, if they win this, he would be the coach for the two greatest runs and finals.
Yep. You know what? I didn't even.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dallas Mavericks, and now he leading the Indiana Pacers.
I didn't even realize that a second ago. That's crazy. What does that? Now I got a question. What does that say about him?
Yeah, if he win this championship, it's gonna put him in elite air. You know, because he don't have no top 50 player.
Right.
At least when he had Dirk, we knew what Dirk was. And maybe Halliburton might be on the top of the list one of these years or like 10 years from now, but we knew what Dirk was in real time.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So
absolutely right.
But it's GOAT metrics. What you say, B?
He utilizes his players, man, because
he does.
In that playoff run, he had JJ Barea looking like Iverson out there. Nobody was checking that dude. Shortest man on the court, grabbing major key rebounds and hitting threes. Like, what the hell?
So is that McConnell?
There you go.
Yeah.
But McConnell was already doing that, but now McConnell's doing that on another level.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how old is McConnell?
He's up there, I think.
Oh no,
he might be close to 30.
Like he about running for president or something. He look like a politician. The beginning take by a politician is terrible.
Yo, that motherfucker, when he played against the Knicks, he's a pesky bastard. I can't stand his ass.
Yo, if he
I don't know what it is about. Say again, like?
If he come to Harlem playing like that, he gonna be leaning to some gunshots. They gonna you can't be the white boy giving it to us like that.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
We're gonna lift the hammer up on him, man. But this GOAT metric number 28, man. NBA Finals game is tomorrow, man. We be back. We might take off because it's Father's Day. We're gonna see who show up. Everybody got different things going on. But if Indiana win, I don't care if I'm in by myself with my boxers on, cooking eggs like Baby Boy Dad or whatever, like Ben Rings on Baby Boy. Like we got to do some recording. I ain't gonna let this go, man. Question number 28, man. Peace, fellas.
Oh no, if they win, we record it.
All right, that's what it do.
All right, fill me in. Fill me in.
That's what's up. If I don't see you, Ben, happy Father's Day, bro.
Oh, save me out.
Happy Father's Day. Be safe, whatever y'all do. Behave yourself.
The funny thing
that's what's up.
I didn't realize when I was getting it in that they was gonna praise me one day. You know what I mean? All right, peace, fella.
I'm out, man. Be safe.